Table's a little high. Alright, I don't even know if I'm in camera, but let's do this.
Welcome to the Snake Pit.
What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining me back at the channel here. Hopefully you can see this. Hopefully this is in view. I know I don't have those fancy stands, but the reason I have just a few of these pistols out is I want to talk about how many rounds I put through a pistol before I consider carrying it everyday carry. And of course this is some valuable information because I mean I am wearing a Pew Pew tactical hat and I do have a YouTube channel, so what I say is obviously important. Alright, sorry I can't keep a straight face, but it is an important topic. Don't listen to me. This is just me doing a VR to Pop's Quest and what I do. So you can put in the comments what you do, because I know there's a variety of philosophies out there on what you do. And I really think it comes down to the manufacturer of the firearm, your pistol caliber maybe, type, that type of thing. So I'll talk about this real quick. And who started all this right now? Well, Pop's Quest. He's asking. He's so needy. He's always asking people, you know, what he should be doing. And so I'm doing a VR for him. And if you do a VR for him, be warned, if he picks your video, he's not going to send you anything. You're going to have to send him something. So I'll put the link to Pop's Quest video down below. Whoosh! Let's get into this if you're still with me. So how many rounds do I put through a new pistol before I EDC, before I everyday carry it or whatever? Well, I was just sitting there thinking about it. I really hadn't thought about it too in depth before, because it's one of those things, do it till you're comfortable with it. Because the other thing is you need to be comfortable, you know, with the sights, with how it feels in your hand, just the muscle memory of the pistol. So some people are good at just switching their everyday carry every day and they're good to go. That's how much they practice. But I tend to try to carry the same thing for a while and then I'll switch, depending on, like in the summer. Let's just get into this. Like in the summer, I'm not going to safety check any of these. I'm just going to keep them pointed in a safe direction. So in the summer, I like to carry the LC9S as one of mine, and I do carry the LCP as well, depending on the shorts I'm wearing, because I can pocket carry that one, but it's a little 380. But with this LC9, I actually put 200 rounds through it, and it didn't jam up or nothing, so I actually felt comfortable with it, and I started carrying it. That was my experience with the LC9S. So 200 rounds on that one. It obviously has more now. Every time, that's the other thing. A couple things, actually, before I forget. So test the, I like to, you know, run target rounds through it, but then test the actual ammo that you're going to carry. So if you're carrying Federal Hydra-Shocks or whatever, you're carrying some RIP, some RIPs, you know, make sure you run that through before you just start carrying it to make sure it's going to feed properly and everything works out. That's my suggestion. That's what I do. And again, I got the Pew Pew tactical hat on, so, and a YouTube channel, so you know it's legit. My SR9C, I actually carry this more in the winter. I do summer carry it some. I used to summer carry it a lot. I had this one way before the LC9, and 300 rounds I ran through it, not because it was jamming up, but that was my first session. I was having such a fun time with this one. It was so comfortable. This is just a comfortable pistol to hold in the hand and shoot for me. So, you know, it just 300 rounds went like that. You know how it gets. And I was just comfortable shooting it. I got real comfortable with it, and this one has never jammed up. So, I don't know. I became a Ruger fanboy probably after I got this one, this SR9C. Now, we'll save the best for last over here. If you decide you want to carry something more like a 1911 every day. Now, again, I'm a Ruger fanboy. This is my Ruger SR 1911, and this one actually never jammed up on me. Some people do have problems with 1911s. Fresh builds are so tight, or whatever the tolerances are. You definitely want to do a break-in period with them. But I rarely every day carry this or whatever. I do carry it around the house. I'm pretty comfortable with it, and I started feeling really comfortable with it probably at 500 rounds. Although this is my best shooting as far as tightest groups for me. But this was my first 1911, and I'd read all these stories about, you know, make sure they're broken, make sure this, that, and the other, that they're going to function properly. And that one has. That's just what I did. So I didn't really attempt to even carry it until I put 500 rounds, and very accurate. Now, and I guess I'll try to do an average at the end. But if you're going to carry something like this beauty, and this is one of the finest pistols I have, this High Point C9, I would probably recommend at least 5,000 rounds through it. And I haven't even approached that yet with this one, because it's always jamming up and crap like that. Now, this is actually true. I've done all the fixes, I've done the mag fixes, all that crap. But one thing I haven't done is try to switch up the different types of ammos and things like that. Maybe it just needs more break-in period. But, I mean, I've got about 1,000 rounds through it, painfully, at this point. Maybe a little less, because I kind of stopped counting. There's no way. I mean, I might carry it for a hammer or something. And this kills me because I actually I love the High Point carbines, and this was the first pistol of theirs I bought. I wasn't planning on everyday carrying it, but I thought it'd be fun at the range. But things aren't fun when they just keep jamming up on you. And I've done all the polishing of the feed ramp, and I don't know if it'll show up on camera. You can see I polished everything. So I even put some nice grips on there that a buddy of mine at work gave me. Alright, so I started talking about the High Point, and my camera battery ran out, just died, so I got it plugged in. So really, I guess my average is probably 200 to 300 rounds, and if nothing jams up or anything like that, I'm pretty comfortable with carrying it. Now, the other philosophy would be shoot until you're comfortable with the sights, on target, all that stuff in your hand. Of course, you can dry fire. There are little things like that. Oh, I got a phone call. Hold on. Hello?
Hey.
Yes.
I just got done with Paul about 10, and then I just got done at Walmart getting milk and crap like that. Headed home.
Okay.
What y'all doing for lunch?
I haven't thought about it yet. I was just cutting a quick YouTube vid.
Okay.
But
I had to look and figure something out there with that crap around it.
yeah.
Well, I'll be home in a minute.
Okay. Bye. Alright, that was a super important phone call I had to take real quick. So there it is. Probably, like I was saying, probably average 300 rounds through it before I'm comfortable with it. And as long as everything's feeding right, and of course some of that's going to be, you know, what your actual carry ammo is. So like for me, Federal Hydroshocks, I'm thinking about switching to something else that's a little more improved, because there's been some improvements in the defensive rounds. So post up your comments down below. Let me know what you think, what your philosophy is, or what you do, I guess, what you do. And, you know, let's share this kind of information, and hit up Pop's Quest. Let them know the real Cobra Burnout sent you.
Boom.